Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for Ashes II Ashes. We are at the St Mary's Stadium, which is in Southampton, so not very close to London, but hey ho, you know, jump on a train, make your way down south. Just because we were expected, I think it was 31,000 roughly were expected. Only 28.9 appeared, but it was the only like 30-ish thousand size stadium. So yeah, just under 30,000 people, which is an awesome turnout for what is hopefully going to be a very, very good show. So let's just dive into it, I guess. We of course have got this pre-show. There's no pre-show matches. Full match card is in the description as always. And William Regal just welcoming everyone to Ashes II Ashes. I was thinking about throwing some random pre-show matches just to like get people some matches. So for example, Valkyria has now signed for us, but I'll wait for her to appear in an episode rather than just putting a random pre-show bout. But yeah, let's just dive straight in with our opening match, which is Rina Yamashita, our Queen of the Lariat League and one of our most dominant champions in recent times, against Charli Evans. And in a pretty good opening match that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is Charli Evans that gets the win. She defeats the almost, you would assume, unbeatable Rina Yamashita in just under 22 minutes with the swipe left. Charli Evans has done it. She has become the new LLW Queen's Champion. Rina Yamashita, of course, disappointed by this loss, but raises Charli's hand at the end of the match. You know, a good sign of sportsmanship from Rina, who has been an incredible champion, and I'm sure this won't be the last time she holds gold in LLW. But Charli Evans kicks off a new title lineage in the Queen's category. I don't know what I'm saying. But looking at the numbers here, Rina with an 81, my goodness, and Charli Evans with a 72. Both of these women killing it to open the show, and a 77 overall. That's the bar. Let's see who can exceed that. And next up is a very exciting match. It is the 8-man scramble for the PWA Heritage Championship. Only one fall. It only takes one fall to win this title. There's no elimination. It's 8 men in the ring at once. Pure chaos. The first one to get a pinfall or victory comes out the champion. But before we jump straight into that, William Regal has an announcement. The PWA Heritage Championship is, of course, a championship that celebrates the history of PWA, a fallen company that Lariat League Wrestling was fortunate enough to absorb, but it also will carry with it a new special advantage. And that advantage is whoever the champion of the PWA Heritage Championship is will get to choose the match stipulation for every title defense they have. So for example, if you're champion and, I don't know, Ashton Smith challenges you, you know for a fact Ashton Smith hasn't done very well in London Zone matches, so you might make it a London Zone match. Or if you're someone who has got a really good submission finisher, you're going to choose submission matches for your match type. So every time you have to defend your title, you get to choose the match type. I think that's a pretty cool little twist on the title. So yeah, it's not just a belt, it's power as well to control how you defend your championship. So the 7 men are in the ring. There's one more man to come out. William Regal steps aside and allows the debut of Kofi Mensah. Yeah, that's right. We signed Kofi Kingston. We said we were going to. We've gone and done it. We're not using the Kingston name because it is, of course, trademark from WWE. So we're using Kofi Mensah. Mensah being his birth surname. So Kofi Mensah is here. He's debuted a happy-go-lucky gimmick, you know, super happy, bringing that power positivity without saying power positivity in the arena, as he is the final special entrant for the PWA Heritage 8-man scramble. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go straight into it and see which one of these 8 men comes out as champion. 75, I'll take it. You know, there's a mixture of talent here. So in a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is Bobby Guns who comes out as champion. He defeats Bate, Axeman, Tischer, Shun, Skywalker, Caveman, Hijo del Fantasma, Akira, Tozawa, and Kofi Mensah in just under 30 minutes when Bobby Guns makes Caveman tap with a Boston Crab. During that match, though, we did have Chaz Betts run in and attack El Hijo del Fantasma, who was so close to getting a victory in this match. But that doesn't matter, because Bobby Guns is our new PWA Heritage Champion. And let's just take a look at the numbers to see how everyone did. Bate with an 88, Bobby Guns with an 83, Axeman Tischer with a 64, Shun with an 86, Caveman with a 66, El Hijo with an 88, Akira Tozawa with a 70, and Kofi Mensah with an okay 67. I mean, Kofi is, of course, getting quite old now. I think we've just brought him in just to see what happens. He's on a handshake deal, so if it doesn't work out, we can just sack him off. But Kofi Mensah is here for now. And yeah, I'm happy with this. You know, I knew that Tischer, possibly Kofi, were going to bring the score down a little bit, but I'm really happy with everyone else's performances here. So yeah, congratulations, Bobby Guns. You are our first LLW PWA Heritage Champion. Following on from this, though, we've got another title match, and it is our Women's London Siren Championship. Of course, this is under London's own rules. Seira is familiar with this match type. Saraya Knight, not so much, but of course, it's Saraya Knight. You never count out Saraya Knight. So let's just dive straight into this and see if SKJ can take the belt from Seira the same way that Charli Evans did with Rina Yamashita. And in a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, it is Seira that gets the win. She defeats Saraya Knight by 1-0 in a London's own London Siren match, making defense number 1 of her title. Remember, way back when Seira said she's sick of losing, she's never going to lose again, and she continues to keep up that word so far. Seira with a 64, Saraya Knight with a 60. Not very good performances, but that, as you can see, is because they don't click. They've got bad chemistry. So thankfully, this is a one and done. This is not a long-term rivalry. Saraya Knight Jr., you will never face Seira again after seeing this. But yeah, still a decent outcome given that they had really poor chemistry. So yeah, congratulations, May. You are still champion. And I wonder who will challenge you next. Following on from this one, we have the match that was decided a couple of weeks ago when Lykos Gym called out New Blood. You know, they wanted revenge on New Blood in tag team action, as this is a non-title match, so the Knights titles are not on the line for this one. But you can imagine that if Lykos do get the win, they're definitely well within a shot of those title belts. So let's move on and see who wins in this tag team bout. In a bout that had great wrestling, a 78, which I believe is match of the night so far, Lykos Gym get the win. They defeat New Blood, who are of course without Madoka, Kikuta and the recently joining Shun Skywalker. So, you know, even playing field. Lykos Gym get the advantage when Lykos makes Ishiin tap with the Blood Moon. Lykos with an 81, Ishiin with an 80, Diamante with a 74, and Lykos Jr. with a 70. Really good chemistry all round for this one. And yeah, really good match. Got the crowd buzzing. You like to think that now that Lykos Gym have put away New Blood and Shun Skywalker was in that heavy match at the beginning, Madoka Kikuta is on his own against Ricky Knight Jr., which is the next match coming up. But first, Ashton Smith has requested a little bit of time to just talk to the crowd. So here is Ashton Smith. It's a 62. Ignore that number. You know, it's Ashton Smith. I need to get a new picture for him. I need an angry looking Ashton, because he is a bad boy now. He explains his actions, and we'll get to the rest of the segment afterwards. But he basically says that he's just sick of not being respected enough. You know, he's been here since day one. He's an LLW original. He's the longest serving LLW king. He's had the most defenses as the LLW king. You know, he deserves to be seen as an LLW legend, even though the company has only existed for a couple of years. He thinks he's earned that, and he's earned everyone's respect. Now, he knows that Pac doesn't respect him, which pisses him off, but he doesn't feel like he's getting respect from the audience. He doesn't feel like he's getting respect from the backstage staff. He doesn't feel like he's getting respect from anyone. And yeah, he might not have won a couple of matches recently, but that happens to everyone at some point in their career. And he doesn't think that he should be the poster boy for losing the way that Alex Kozlov said that he was. So Ashton's not here to apologise to anyone. Kozlov deserved that. Pac's going to get what's coming to him too. And if you guys, as in the crowd, don't start respecting me too, then you're going to have to watch your back as well. So yeah, Ashton Smith, he's a mean boy now. He's not happy. He ultimately just wants to be respected. You know, he has been here since day one. Everything he said is completely true. But yeah, he's just not handling it very well. And then he calls out Pac and says, Pac, I will earn your respect, whether it's by brute force or by, you know, defeating you. So why don't you come out here now? Let's have another London's own match right now. And he is met with silence. Pac's not coming out. Pac doesn't do what other people say. So Ashton Smith, you know, very angry, just has to leave the ring. The crowd are kind of jeering and being like, "Way, dickhead." But, you know, he's not happy. You know, he's showing the finger to people in the crowd. He's, you know, threatening people as he walks back up the ramp. And, yeah, Ashton Smith is not a happy boy right now. So we'll have to see what continues in the coming weeks with Ashton Smith, and you know, maybe if the feud with Pac continues or if something else happens, we'll have to wait and see. But this does take us nicely into our Prince's title match, which I consider our co-main event. We've got Ricky Knight Jr., who's been a fan favourite for quite some time now, finally kind of getting his moment, winning the Prince's title, and really kind of making that thing his own, helping out the Syndicate when they needed an extra man against the Anoa'i Global Alliance, which sparked this rivalry between Madoka Kikuta and himself after Madoka did get the win over him in faction warfare. And Ricky Knight Jr., he's not someone to shy away from a challenge. He says, I can best Madoka on the night. So he has put this challenge out to Madoka, who right now has been on a hot streak. He's the new leader of a new faction, but he is on his own tonight. There is no new blood. There is no Shun Skywalker. It is one-on-one, Ricky Knight Jr., Madoka Kikuta for the Prince's title. Let's see who comes out on top. And in a bout that had superb wrestling, an 84 match of the night so far, and good heat, Madoka Kikuta, the madman, gets the win. He defeats Ricky Knight Jr. in just under 24 minutes with the discus lariat, and a mean one at that. Madoka Kikuta is our new LLW Prince's champion. Ricky Knight Jr. puts in an amazing 82 performance, but Madoka Kikuta, the madman, with a 91 overall. And of course, they've got pretty good chemistry. We're going to have to run this back at some point. But for now, Madoka Kikuta is our LLW Prince's champion. And you remember, what comes with the Prince's title is at any point, you can relinquish the belt to challenge the king. And you can bet that Madoka will have his eyes, as the rest of New Blood will, on the King's Championship match later. Ricky Knight Jr., unfortunate in the loss, wanted to hold the belt for some time, wanted to really earn his stripes before he challenged for the King title, but now he has lost that opportunity. And post-match, Madoka leaves with the belt, celebrating. Ricky Knight Jr. getting a standing ovation from the crowd. He is a fan favourite. When out from the crowd, out of nowhere, of course, it's Colby fucking Carino. Man's got beef with Ricky Knight Jr. You know, they were a tag team at one point. Colby just can't let go this anger that he has for Ricky Knight Jr. as he just jumps RKJ, attacking him post-match, leaving him on the mat, you know, not lifeless, but, you know, very much hurt, as security escort Colby Corino out of the arena. So clearly this feud is far from over. Maybe the Princess title is going to have to take a back seat while Ricky Knight Jr. tries to deal with Colby Corino. But now that, you know, both men have been escorted out of the ring, you know, Colby by security, Ricky Knight by the medical team as they check him over, it is now our main event time. We have got the king of the Lariat League, the LLW king, Drew Galloway, who has been phenomenal since day one, and Will Ospreay, who, despite his rust, has also been pretty, even when he was rusty, he was doing pretty good. Will Ospreay, of course, the leader of Syndicate. They were unlucky. No, they weren't. Did they win? They won, didn't they? Yeah, they won. They won at the previous event, earning him a title opportunity. But ego got the better of these two men as they allowed Joanna White to enter the three-way match, causing, you know, another stumbling block, allowing Drew Galloway to take advantage and get the win. But there is no distraction here. There is no obstruction. It's a one-on-one match between what I would probably say are two of LLW's best wrestlers, Drew Galloway and Will Ospreay. So let's not waste any more time. Let's dive straight into what I'm hoping is going to be a really, really good main event. Oh no! A 79 and we've got an injury. Oh, bollocks. In a bout that had superb wrestling. If there wasn't an injury, what number would it have been? And good heat. Will Ospreay gets the win in 32 minutes with the Stormbreaker. And Will Ospreay, ladies and gentlemen, is our new LLW King of the Lariat League. But unfortunately, he is nursing his shoulder post-match, so we will have to obviously get that checked to make sure that he's okay. But looking at the performances, even with the injury, Will Ospreay hits a 90. So hopefully having a separated shoulder isn't too bad. Otherwise, we will have to vacate the championship, because if he's out for more than, I'd say, a month, then no, we're going to have to vacate it. But Drew Galloway with an 89, Will Ospreay with a 90. What a match. Ignore that number. That should be an 89, not a 79. Let's just look at the dirt sheet, see if anything else hampered the victory. No, just penalised by injury, which really, really sucks, because I feel like this could have easily been 88 plus. But we do have a new champion despite the visible injury we can see. So let's finish the show and see how we did. Yep, we can read Satoshi Kojima. A 79, okay, that's fair enough, we'll take that. Still a really, really good result with some really, really good wins and really, really good matches. I mean, you could kind of say this is the beginning of a new era in LLW. We've got a new queen, we've got a new king, we've got a new prince, and we've got a new PWA Heritage champion. The only person retaining is good old little May Seira. So that, you know, is impressive for her. But yeah, really, really good show. Match of the night is, of course, Madoka Kikuta and Ricky Knight Jr. So Madoka actually did get the highest rating of everyone in the show. So we're going to praise him. We're also going to praise Ricky Knight. They were in the match of the night. And Will Ospreay is our new champion. So we're going to give him a hug. So well done, Ospreay. Hopefully we're not hugging him too tight. Don't want to hurt the shoulder. But yeah, let's make that speech now. Pleased, pleased, pleased. We'll end it on Ospreay, and we are going to jump back to the office quickly just to check that injury because, yeah. And we'll also just check the title lineages and the prestige just to see how that's doing. But yeah, I'm hoping. Everyone cross your fingers now. Let's hope that it's just like, you know, is out but can still do angles or is out for 7 days. Let's see. Okay, I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, we are back in the office. So looking at the viewing figures, we got about 350,000 viewers, which is really, really nice. I kind of want to see how much money we made from the EuroSport deal, if any. And of course, we've got Will Ospreay's injury. We'll look at that in a sec. But let's look at the finances. So this month we got no pay-per-view revenue. Here, broadcast revenue. 112. What? What? 112. What, from our pay-per-view event? We only got 112. No. No. So the show cost obviously was 112. No way. Is there a way we can look at this on broadcasting, EuroSport? Can we not look at your coverage? No? How do we look? 35% of revenue generated from this deal goes to LLW. We additionally have to pay 25. So does that mean that we made 25,112 from our 35%? Is that what we're saying? There's got to be an easier way to figure this out, surely. There's no way it was just financial estimates. Marketing, production. I mean, none of this helps. Yeah, I don't know. If someone can explain this, please, that would be great. Or wait, rose marked can be clicked to provide more detail. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's nothing. So we just made it from advertising. The broadcaster gave us nothing for that. Unless it updates later, I don't know. Maybe EuroSport wasn't a good idea. But if anything, we're making 112. We're not losing money, I guess. Although we might lose money when we do our weekly shows. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, let's look at what's most important, and that is medical. 15 days, can only work angles. I'll take that. That's absolutely fine. Will Ospreay, you can keep the belt. Oh, that was touch and go. The fact that he can still do angles is all that matters. You know, we're not going to have him in any crazy matches in the next 2 weeks. And to be fair, 15 days time, that's only the next episode he can't wrestle for. And then week 3 and 4 he can. So that's absolutely fine. Did we grow at all after that event? We did. Whoa, look at that. We're now 70, which is insane. 52 episodes with 70 popularity. We started at what? I think it was 10 or 5. I can't remember. Amazing. We do need to start working on these other areas, but hey ho. Let's look at our new champions. So from November to June, Drew Galloway was our champion with 4 defenses. But we have a new king, and it is Will Ospreay, and I'm hoping he's going to put on some baller matches for us. Moving down, our next championship that was created was the LLW Knights title. No, it wasn't. It was the Queen's, wasn't it? It was the Queen title. Let's do that first. Charli Evans is our new Queen, so we've got a new king and a new Queen. Rina Yamashita had an awesome run from August to June with 7 defenses. Really, really good from her. Charli Evans is the new champion. Really excited to see what she can do. Let's move to the Knights now, who are still Diamante and Ishin, but Lykos Gym did recently get the win over New Blood, so surely they can claim a title match against these two. Following on from that, we got our new Prince. So Ricky Knight Jr. From December to June, so he held it for about 6 months, 4 defenses. Madoka Kikuta is now our new Prince's title, and I mean the current version of Madoka Kikuta, the Madman, just feels unstoppable. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels really unstoppable. So I'm very excited to see what happens with him. London Zone is still Pac. He's our inaugural champion. He's still our champion. He's been champion since December. He's had 8 successful title defenses, and no one looks to be stopping him anytime soon. Our London Siren champion is still Seira. She recently became the champion in April. Has had 1 successful title defense, which was against Saraya Knight. Hopefully she can string a few more in the next couple of weeks, months, etc. And then finally, our new PWA Heritage champion is Bobby Guns, after winning it a day ago at Ashes II Ashes. You can see there's obviously a lineage here. Some big names. Ospreay's had it before. You know, you got Robbie Eagles, Jonah Rock, which is Bronson Reed in WWE. Caveman Ugg, as we said, is an alumni here. Anyone else that stands out? No, not really to me. I mean, to you guys maybe. Mark Davis as well. That's from Aussie Open, right? Yeah, that's another big name, I guess. But yeah, Bobby Gunn's the new champion, and of course he gets to dictate the match types every time he defends the belt. So yeah, I think that's it. We had the debut of Kofi Mensah. We will get the debut of Valkyrie soon. And of course, we do also have Arlene Corbett, who is a kind of a new gen from the game. She came from the Portsmouth School of Wrestling, which is our training school. And yeah, she looked to have okay stats. I mean, she's got no pop, but you know, her technical ability is really good. She uses a solar cloverleaf, which I'm guessing is just a Texas cloverleaf, but with her own name. These numbers here are not bad, especially because she's 20. She can grow, she can get better. I'm kind of excited to pre-show the life out of her. But yeah, that's it. We've got Lariat League in London in the next one, and the new reign of both Charli Evans and Will Ospreay. A new era of LLW is here. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see each and every one of you in the next one.